Everywhere in today, we see there is a lot of talk on economic growth, economic opportunities. But what we feel and what we realize, economic growth without prosperity for everyone means nothing.
So taking that Pura concept, Tarun Saab, we did what is called smart villages. That we did for the last 10, 15 years with the University of Toronto, with the University of Gulf. We did in Africa, we did in India.
Either people are making lots and lots of money, and there, on the other hand, we have people who are struggling to make ends meet. And that is the root cause of many societal problems, whatever we see in Canada and all over the world.
The youth, 65% of people in India are less than 35. Give them our aspirations and hope that they will find a job. But the technologies that are coming, artificial intelligence and all that, people are disturbed whether the security of job will remain.
In the current circumstances and environment we're living in, whereby we are being impacted by numerous challenges.
हमने जैसे वेरियस सेक्टर इंक्लूडिंग एग्रीकल्चर, माइनिंग, एडवांस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, हेल्थ केयर के ऊपर 3 समिट किए हैं.
Politicians we are talking about, they are like academicians, they are like technology experts, they are successful entrepreneurs in their own fields.
For last 20 years, Canada India Foundation has been proactively working on policy advocacy on many issues which are important to Canada and India. And in last 20 years, 2 decades, whatever work we've done, so far, this is the most ambitious thing we have thought of and taken initiative for. We are doing this in September 11th, 2026 in Toronto, a conference on global inclusive prosperity. Everywhere in today, we see there is a lot of talk on economic growth, economic opportunities. But what we feel and what we realize, economic growth without prosperity for everyone means nothing. I mean, in today's time, there are a lot of opportunities and there are a lot of issues as well. But to address those challenges, issues, and to also make use of the opportunities, inclusiveness is very important, economic inclusiveness. So we at Canada India Foundation have taken up this ambitious task of making this a discussion amongst academia, public policy, policymakers, business community, civil society, and leaders in the community, that how we can actually link up economic prosperity with economic inclusiveness, where nobody feels left out and there are opportunities for everyone. Like, we are seeing in this world the widening gap between rich and poor. Either people are making lots and lots of money, and there, on the other hand, we have people who are struggling to make ends meet. And that is the root cause of many societal problems, whatever we see in Canada and all over the world. So at CIF, we've always been very proactive in terms of what's going to be helpful to the society, civil society in general. And with that thought in mind, we have taken this initiative, a very ambitious task. As I said, we have over 40, 45 speakers coming from all over the world, thought leaders, who will come, discuss, and share their vision on global inclusive prosperity, how everyone can feel and be part of economic growth. So with that vision, in September, we'll all gather in Toronto and discuss this, and hopefully we hope that this grows into a movement, and every year it becomes a signature event in Canada India Foundation's calendar, where we talk about the issues which are important as this. As I said before, that we have over 40 speakers, thought leaders from various fields, from academia, from business, from policy side of things, who will gather here, and a lot of organizations, a lot of universities, a lot of business houses are participating and sharing their thoughts and vision on this subject.
It's a privilege to be part of this great organization, Canada India Foundation. Canada India Foundation, from the day it was formed, it focused primarily on public policy. On public policy, Tarun Saab, we have carried out many forums. be it energy, be it agriculture, be it healthcare. Healthcare successfully we carried out three, two in Canada, one in India. Today, it's an opportune time for us to make sure that the inclusive prosperity, the subject that is very relevant today, because less than 1% of the global population, 0.1%, hold nearly 50 to 60% of the wealth. Now, I used to do some work with late President Kalam. He always talked about Pura, providing urban amenities to rural areas. So the people in the village feel, their aspirations in terms of quality of life, good quality of water, healthcare, education, finding jobs, are found in the village and local towns, small towns. So they don't have to move into urban areas where there could be more competition and challenges. So taking that Pura concept, Tarun Saab, we did what is called smart villages. That we did for the last 10, 15 years with the University of Toronto, with the University of Gulf. We did in Africa, we did in India. The objective primarily in smart village, Tarun Saab, was connectivity, whether it is education, whether it is electronic, whether it is physical roads and infrastructure, job opportunities, so that they feel they're connected in today's time of electronic age. They're fully connected, be it for entertainment, be it for information, be it for education. They're also connected. So Smart Villages was a conference that we did, creating local empowerment for the people in the villages to find jobs. At the same time, they feel empowered that they have quality of life which is accessible. So there's a bandwidth available, so they get the communication. They have telephones. It's not like my days. There was no phone 70 years back in villages. Today, you have cell phone. Today, people can reach out to anybody. When I was living in England, I had to put a shilling in the coin box to get connected to India. Today, everybody is connected instantaneously. And now, we want to take it to the next level, Tarun Saab, that we hear about the conference like Davos, which is for economic prosperity. The business leaders, corporate leaders, and government leaders go there. But that we are talking about efficiency, and also enabling companies for better margin, better profitability, so they can sustain and give employment and opportunities. But that happens mainly with people living in urban locations and all that. Still, people living in the farmhouses, in agriculture, for example, they all have to be empowered to have equal quality of life and empowerment with the jobs and else. So what we are looking here is bringing the gap between rich and poor smaller, so that people, the 3 billion people who are poorer population of the world, or the youth, 65% of the people in India are less than 35. Give them aspirations and hope that they will find a job. But the technologies that are coming, artificial intelligence, genomics and all that, people are disturbed whether the security of job will remain. And to address that issue, Canada India Foundation is taking the lead, bringing people, community leaders, social leaders, First Nation people, as well as people, professors and others, corporate leaders, from MITs, from Cambridge, from IITs, from University of Toronto. So we bring people, section of population, community leaders on one side, civil society on one side, Al-Bashir and other people serving the First Nation. At the same time, professors from MIT, professors from Cambridge, professors from IIT are coming together. So the challenges faced by artificial intelligence, be it an enabler to create jobs, or it is distraction for people who feel disturbed whether they will be able to find a job. Because the job is today not lifelong. The shelf life of a technology keeps on changing, so you have to develop skills all the time. So the conference will address the skill development, not only education, but skill development, healthcare, of course, as I said, education and food security is very, very important. People like Swaminathan, MS Swaminathan's daughter, she was the chief scientist of World Health. She is coming to give a talk. So healthcare, education, food security will be addressed. as enablers in this conference. Then we also have people talking about, it's very important. People will be talking about community leadership, social entrepreneurship, compassionate entrepreneurship. All such topics will be discussed. So it is not only corporate leaders and elites and leaders coming and talking, better margin, better profitability, but also community leaders will be coming and talking about how it is very important to engage poorer section of the community, giving them the hope. So there is peace, as Kalam Saab used to say, but to have peace, you need to make sure people participate. So it is not rich becoming richer, it is also giving hope, aspiration for the poorest to feel the future is secure for them. Thank you very much.
थैंक यू सर।
धन्यवाद। कनाडा इंडिया फाउंडेशन के अंतर्गत हम अलग अलग फोरम की हम योजना करते हैं और पहले भी हमने कई एग्रीकल्चर, हेल्थ केयर, एजुकेशन उसके बारे में हम मिले हुए हैं। ऐसे फोरम के हमने आयोजन किया था। ऐसा ही यही दौर आगे बढ़ते हुए इस बार हमने एक नया सा एक कदम लिया है, क्योंकि हम देखते हैं कि पूरे विश्व में अगर देखें तो बहुत विसंगतता, मतलब कि बहुत तनाव की स्थिति है और उसके बहुत वजह हो सकते, बहुत कारण हो सकते हैं। लेकिन एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण ये भी है कि जो समृद्धि जो पूरे विश्व में बढ़ रही है, लेकिन वो संतुलन नहीं है। कई लोगों के पास बहुत ज़्यादा है इकट्ठा हुआ, और अभी किसी ने बताया था कि 0.01% जो आबादी है उनके पास करीब 50% से भी ज़्यादा उनके पास संपत्ति है। तो ये जो अच्छी स्थिति नहीं है, ये स्थिति से हमें बहुत चौंकाने वाली है और उसके बहुत दूरगामी हमारी उस असर हो सकती है पूरे समाज पे और वैश्विक संतुलन में, वैश्विक व्यवस्था में। तो कनाडा इंडिया फाउंडेशन ये बहुत महत्तम समझता है ये बात को, और यही सोच के हमने ये पूरी एक आयोजन किया है। तो हमारे जो स्पीकर्स हमें बुलाए हैं बहुत जो अपने अपने क्षेत्र में बहुत नामी लोग हैं, और हम पूरा इसमें बहस करेंगे, उस चर्चा करेंगे, और ये ऐसी स्थिति आएगी कि किसी के उसको शुरू करनी होती तो हम सोच रहे हैं कि हमारी कनाडा इंडिया फाउंडेशन एक बहुत अग्रिम संस्था है और हमारा ये दायित्व इस पर बहुत है कि हम ऐसी कुछ कदम बढ़ाएं कि जिससे आगे लोग को एक सोच शुरू करें। बिकॉज बहुत से बड़ी घटनाएं जो होती है वो छोटी सोच से शुरू होती है, और ये सोच हम एक चिंगारी की तरह हम लगा रहे हैं कि तब चलो ये हम जिससे आगे कैसे बात करें, कैसे इस विश्व के एक नया मार्ग मिले, नई एक व्यवस्था के ऊपर हम आ पाए।
Today we are talking about one of the most, I would say, ambitious initiative which Canada India Foundation have taken, and a summit which Canada India Foundation is hosting, a prosperity summit. So, looking at the history of 20 years in the journey of Canada India Foundations, the members, its leaders, continued the path where doing an initiative which impacts not just the bilateral relationship between Canada and India, but more importantly, the time of change and how it impacts the communities at large. And when we say community at large, we are talking about global communities. The current subject, which is prosperity, although can be related to a very simple way of being rich, being very successful in their own field, but to define prosperity, it's very difficult. In the current circumstances and environment we're living in, whereby we are being impacted by numerous challenges, challenges like environmental challenge, challenges like economic challenge, challenges which are caused by the war all around us, technology, artificial intelligence. All these challenges are impacting tremendously how people can prosper in their lives. We know that there was always a gap between rich and poor, although we used to always think about that gap lies in third world countries. That gap has traveled all across the globe. And that gap has widened because of these challenges. Canada India Foundation believes that we should talk about things which impacts people's life. In this particular conference, we are very proud that we are able to bring together numerous thought leaders from all across, not just from Canada, not just from India, North America, Africa. And these leaders are not any politicians we are talking about. They are like academicians, they are like technology experts, they are successful entrepreneurs in their own fields. So this conference would like to accomplish thought leadership together in numerous areas, which could include technology and AI, which will include compassionate entrepreneurship, which will include philanthropy. So there are many, many areas which we are trying to bring it together into this day conference, and whereby we want to spread the message that this is a burning issue. We would like to see every person in this world to prosper, to live at peace. So I strongly urged on September 11, please participate into this prosperity conference for the first time, hosted by Canada India Foundation, which we hope that this will become our annual ongoing conference and summit. Thank you very much for listening.
So Canada India Foundation since inception has been actually organizing जो भी है sector specific forums organize करती रही है, और हमारे डॉक्टर लक्ष्मण जी जो हैं वो इसको चेयर करते रहे हैं हमेशा। हमने जैसे वेरियस सेक्टर इंक्लूडिंग एग्रीकल्चर, माइनिंग, एडवांस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, हेल्थ केयर के ऊपर 3 समिट किए हैं, हायर एजुकेशन के ऊपर। तो ये जो है ग्लोबल प्रॉस्पेरिटी फोरम हम सितंबर में कर रहे हैं। तो ऑब्जेक्टिव ये है टू ब्रिंग थिंक टैंक, community leader, entrepreneurs to, given the current economic global situation, that how we can nurture the spirit of a global and inclusive prosperity for all. So that's a kind of a forum we have designed it, and we are looking forward to a successful forum, very thought-provoking discussions and some actionable items to give it to the policymakers to kind of implement.